Hi and welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now. Leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. WWE Super Showdown is this Thursday. This has been recorded before the last Raw, before the show, so we'll not include any details, of course, from Raw, as it's not aired at this point of me recording the video. But I've got quite a few matches to go through. If there are any additional matches added later on, I will do a separate video giving my prediction on those matches. But I'm going to start with the WWE Championship match. Brock Lesnar taking on Ricochet. Of course, the WWE Champion will go on to WrestleMania to take on Drew McIntyre. And although many people are predicting this will be finished in less time than Kofi Kingston losing the WWE Championship to Brock Lesnar, I slightly disagree. But I do expect the same result as I'm sure many people are giving out there in the wrestling community. Yes, Brock Lesnar will retain the championship. I think this will go on maybe about 4 or 5 minutes. I think that we'll have a couple of near falls where Ricochet will get close, but will be no cigar. Brock Lesnar is known for liking to wrestle smaller guys, and Ricochet is someone who can fly around the ring and sell these suplexes so well. I do think that they're going to give this a little bit of time, and I think Brock is going to have a little bit of fun with this match. So I'm expecting this to actually be a good match, even if it's only a few minutes long. But I do expect Brock Lesnar, of course, to retain and to go on to WrestleMania to take on Drew McIntyre. Elsewhere in the card next, we will look at the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The New Day defending against Miz and Morrison. I'm enjoying the return of John Morrison and the the reuniting of the Miz and Morrison tag team. A throwback to the noughties. The Dirt Sheet returned. I found it very entertaining watching that on the TV set as well. And I expect new tag team champions here, purely because I think that they feel quite fresh, and the New Day don't necessarily need a long championship run. They have teased another feud with the Usos if they get through this. I'm expecting a multi-team match at WrestleMania at this stage. These two teams, the Usos, potentially Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, but it could be the Revival in place depending on what happens with Otis and Ziggler and that storyline with Mandy Rose. So, but I do think we get new tag champs here. I think Miz and Morrison will walk into Mania as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions and will defeat the New Day on this occasion. Next, we will also look at the Raw Tag Team Championships, and we've got Seth Rollins and Murphy taking on the Street Profits. Bit of a surprise, this one. Street Profits, of course, last week on Raw, getting involved in the Kevin Owens and his side of a mini faction of Samoa Joe and the Viking Raiders. Taking on, of course, we've got Seth Rollins, the Monday Night Messiahs faction with Murphy and AOP. Yeah, like I said, it's come out of left field here, but I suppose the Street Profits will get the shot here at this event instead of the Viking Raiders, as I was expecting. But I expect then that means the champions will definitely retain going into Mania season. So expect Seth Rollins and Murphy to remain the Raw Tag Team Champions. And yeah, hopefully a solid match between these two teams. The Street Profits are a good team, a good showcase for them as well on this event to hopefully get themselves more over. They're not always known for being in ring since being on Monday Night Raw. They did more of that on NXT. So I'm looking forward to seeing what is brought to the table here, but I do expect the Raw Tag Team Champions to still be Seth Rollins and Murphy. Next, I'll look at the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley taking on Naomi. Now, my feeling was that this match was going to be at WrestleMania, so I'm surprised it's been put this early. Originally, I thought this would be a triple threat with Carmella involved as well, but that's not the case. Makes me wonder what the direction will be going into WrestleMania, because I don't see Bayley dropping the belt at this point. I think she will retain. I think she'll find a way to retain. I'm not expecting it to be the cleanest match. Maybe we could have a multi-woman match at WrestleMania at this stage, but I have seen rumours with Sasha Banks as well. I don't know, I don't see it at this point, but of course anything can happen after this show. But maybe we could get a fatal 4-way or a fatal 5-way with Naomi, Lacey Evans, Carmella all being involved. We'll have to wait and see. But for this event, I'm going to go for Bayley to retain the gold. Next, I will look at the steel cage match, and for the last time, they are promising that this is the last time it's happening. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. I thought the Royal Rumble was a great place to finish it. They did do the dog food angle on SmackDown, which again I thought there was a clear way to finish it. They're going to go one step further and just do a steel cage match. A steel cage match is usually now what we're used to seeing. I think this is the second or the third time we've had this in a Saudi Arabia event in Riyadh. So yeah, I think it's common that they like to throw one special gimmick match here on these shows. So yeah, I mean, if they're going to throw this together, it's the last time, I'm cool with it. Roman Reigns expects to pick up the victory then to really, finish this off once and for all. A spear and a 1-2-3 or an escape of the cage. Yeah, Roman Reigns for me will pick up the victory. It may take a little bit longer to predict this one, but we've got the first ever Tuwaiq trophy gauntlet match. Now, I'm hoping I've said that right. Apologies if I haven't. We've got 6 superstars involved: R-Truth, Rusev, Andrade, Lashley, AJ Styles and Eric Rowan. I'm going to go through with my predictions of how I think the match will go. I'm expecting to look at it. I'm going to go for a first 2 of this to be Eric Rowan and Rusev. It could be R-Truth where Eric Rowan would go over, but I expect that Rusev to go over Eric Rowan. I reckon Bobby Lashley will come in 4th. Rusev to go over again. I reckon he'll lose to Andrade, who will come in on 5th, and I think that it will be the final 2 of Andrade and AJ Styles as the last 2 guys. And I expect AJ Styles to walk away as the Gauntlet match and the trophy winner. I think that this will solidify him going into WrestleMania with all the proclamations right now of him saying that he is the new Mr. WrestleMania. He'll have something on his side. We've had, of course, the OC previously winning the best tag team at the last Saudi event, so it makes sense for AJ Styles to win at this event. And if they're going to really big him up going into what I believe is a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, then this will be a good way to build him up. So I expect AJ Styles to be the one here to pick up the victory, and I expect him to come in last. Of course, key notes from this, of course, AJ Styles has been out with injury since the Royal Rumble. Andrade, I believe this will be his first event back after suspension. And as I say, just little notes there to take in. I think R-Truth and Eric Rowan will be the first 2 in, and then the order will be Rusev, Lashley, Andrade, and AJ Styles. So that's my predictions for the match. I expect AJ Styles to come out the victor. Last but not least is the one I'm sure most people have been talking about, the Universal Championship match. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, taking on Goldberg. Now, of course, one of these sort of Saudi events, we tend to get the legends to come back. Goldberg is coming back once again. And yeah, there has been some fear from a lot of people that Goldberg could actually win this. I don't think that's going to happen. I do expect Bray Wyatt to actually retain here. But of course, this comes down to a lot of politics, you could say. It depends if the WrestleMania is going to be on the network, or will it be those rights sold to a network station for a streaming site, or perhaps an ESPN, a Fox, to show it for everybody to see. I mean, if that is the scenario that happens, they may want the bigger name going into it, and arguably from a casual standpoint, you could say Goldberg is that guy. So I think there is a chance Goldberg could do it, but I think it would be very damaging on the Fiend character for that to happen. They've built him so well over the last 12 months. Not everything he's done in ring has been fantastic, but certainly as a booking standpoint, he's gone from strength to strength on a booking standpoint. Bray Wyatt has been unstoppable. It would seem quite bad for a part-timer to actually end that run. It would be better for someone that is full-time. I still believe that we will get The Fiend and Roman Reigns at this point, but I would personally prefer a WrestleMania Universal Championship match of Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, and my reasoning for that: Cena wants the 17th world title, them two have history. Bray Wyatt's history seems to be, or this Fiend character is going through his history and correcting his past. Of course, they had a very famous feud through 2014, which I think was probably one of Bray's strongest feuds as well in WWE as his old gimmick and character. So it would be interesting to see if they would revisit that, and I think the promo work would be quite strong as well. But for me, as I say, to give you a result there, I think Bray Wyatt will pick up the victory. But that's all from me there. That's the matches I've got up to this point. As like I said, if there's any added, I will do a separate video with a quick prediction for you. Do check out Ask SCW. Episode 24 is up on the channel for you right now. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Spread the word of SCW. And yeah, thank you very much to everyone in the wrestling community for checking this out. And I will see you guys next time here on YouTube.com. Looking to also provide for any AEW fans a Revolution predictions video. Aiming to do that after Dynamite this week. So I'm probably looking to have that on the channel around Thursday to Friday time. But that's all from me anyway. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time here on YouTube.com. Take care.